So we're hearing that Cam Payne is signing with the Indiana Pacers, yes. They've signed Cam Payne, obviously, to a training camp deal. They've, in a subsequent move, have moved on from Delon Wright. It was not working out. And in the last couple of years, Delon Wright has been someone that, from a shooting standpoint, has not been able to play up to an NBA standard. Now, when we look at the report, I think it's an interesting one that we're hearing that the Pacers, obviously, now with TJ McConnell being out with a hamstring strain, as well as obviously Tyrese Halliburton being out with the Achilles tear, it makes sense that they wanted to bring in a veteran to be behind Andrew Nembhard. And Delon Wright, if you guys remember the other day, had that head-on collision and suffered what seemed to be a concussion. And he just, he's a good defender, but they needed some shooting and someone who can play up the pace. And that's where Cam Payne steps in. 31 years old, averaged 7 points, 3 assists last year for the Knicks. Career averages of 8 points, 3 assists in 10 seasons. About 6'3", 183 pounds, left-handed point guard for many teams: the Thunders, the Bulls, the Cavs, the Suns, the Bucks, the Sixers, and the aforementioned Knicks. And he was actually on that Suns team that made it to the NBA Finals in 2021. And Rick Carlisle said, quote, "It just didn't work out with Delon. Cam Payne's here. We've seen a lot of Cam the last 2 years with Milwaukee and New York. He's a guy we've always had to account for in scouts and whatnot. It's a great opportunity for him," end quote. And Cam Payne is a career 37% shooter and someone who's always played off the bench. So he's fitting into a role that really it suits him. And if you look at the current depth chart for Indiana, they'll benefit from bringing him in because I think like Andrew Nembhard, Benedict Mathurin, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Isaiah Jackson is probably going to be the starting lineup, with TJ McConnell as the sixth man. But for the time being, Cam Payne, because Cam Jones is the only other guard. I mean, they do have Kyle Guy, but I don't know if Kyle Guy is going to be making the roster. And they have Ben Shepherd, then Obi Toppin, Jarris Walker, Tony Bradley, Johnny Furphy, James Wiseman, and Jay Huff. So, to me, having Cam Payne there, especially on a minimum deal, is way more beneficial than people would think. And I think he's a lock to make the roster. A little quick video on that. Let me hear your thoughts.